Sharadhavanandaniradokam Tadaya Karuna Ghanaganatyam Prapta Sakalana Gunanavasha Bande Gurasi Charanarabindam.
This is my fourth lecture from Introduction to Bhagavad Gita by Srila Prabhupada, given from Radhakund, Uttar Pradesh, Mathura in India. There are many examples given of how we are to utilize those things which are set aside for us by the Lord. This is also explained in Bhagavad Gita. In the beginning, Arjuna decided that he should not fight in the battle of Kurukshetra. This was his own decision. Arjuna told the Lord that it was not possible for him to enjoy the kingdom after killing his own kinsman. This decision was based on the body because he was thinking that the body was himself and that his bodily relations or expansions were his brothers, nephews, brothers-in-laws, grandfathers, and so on. Therefore, he wanted to satisfy his bodily demands. Bhagavad Gita was spoken by the Lord just to change this view. And at the end, Arjuna decides to fight under the directions of the Lord when he says, I shall act according to your word. In this world, men are not meant for quarreling like cats and dogs. Men must be intelligent to realize the importance of human life and refuse to act like ordinary animals. A human being should realize the aim of his life, and this direction is given in all Vedic literatures, and the essence is given in the Bhagavad Gita. Vedic literature is meant for human beings, not for animals. Animals can kill other living animals, and there is no question of sin on their part. But if a man kills an animal for the satisfaction of his uncontrolled taste, he then must be responsible for breaking the laws of nature. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly explained that there are three kinds of activities, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance. Similarly, there are three kinds of eatables also. Eatables in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. All this is described, and if we properly utilize the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, then our whole life will become purified, and ultimately we will be able to reach the destination which is beyond this material sky. That destination is called the eternal spiritual sky. In the material world, we find that everything is temporary. It comes into being, stays for some time, produces some byproducts, dwindles, and then vanishes. That is the law of the material world. Whether we use as an example this body or a piece of fruit or anything. But beyond this temporary world, there is another world of which we have information. This world consists of another nature which is eternal. And the Lord is described as eternal in the 11th chapter. We have an intimate relationship with the Lord, and because we are qualitatively one with the Lord, the whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to revive this eternal consciousness, which is our eternal occupation of the living entity. We are temporarily engaged in different activities, but all of these activities can be purified when we give up these temporary activities and take up the activities which are prescribed by the Supreme Lord. That is called pure life. The Supreme Lord and His transcendental abode are both eternal, as are the living entities, and the combined association of the Supreme Lord and the living entities in the eternal abode is the perfection of human life. The Lord is very kind to the living entities because they are His sons. Lord Krishna declares in Bhagavad Gita that I am the Father of all. Of course, there are all types of living entities according to their various karmas. But here the Lord claims that He is the Father of all of them. Therefore, the Lord descends to claim all these fallen conditioned souls, to call them back to the eternal sky, so that the eternal living entities may gain their eternal positions in the eternal association with the Lord. The Lord comes himself in different incarnations, or he sends his confidential servants as sons of his associates or acharyas to reclaim the conditioned souls.
Thank you very much.
साक्षाधरितेन समस्तशास्त्रैः वृत्तस्तथा भावत एव सद्भिः साक्षाधरितेन समस्तशास्त्रैः वृत्तस्तथा भावत एव सद्भिः Bande Gurasi